Hello there and welcome to another instalment of the Networth Network. My name is Toby Street. I'm here once again with Jeremy Harbour.
Hi there.
Today we're going to be talking about something which actually most people don't think about. And if they do, it's quite often too late or it's a forced situation, which is the most unfortunate thing really. And that is succession. Now most people when they think about succession, they think about literally where's the money going to go. So if you're worth £10 million, for example, who gets that money? And that's only one part though. It's a very important part, but it is only one part. And what we're going to talk today, I'm going to ask Jeremy specifically what his succession plan is, because I think that could be very valuable for some people. We're also going to talk a little bit about what the super wealthy do in this situation. We've both got a lot of contacts in the family office world, which for those of you that don't know is what happens when somebody exits a very, very large business. And you then have an office set up literally to cater for the management of the assets of that individual.
To manage their money.
Yeah. And we're talking 50, 100, 500 million pounds or dollars, or billions. And so I think we can learn an awful lot at a much smaller scale from what the super wealthy do, and replicate it. So first off, Jeremy, what's your attitude towards succession and what's going to happen when you die?
My grandmother, Frida Harbour, on my dad's side, her last words to me genuinely were, "I didn't make much money in this life, but I had great fun trying." And I think those are really great, inspiring words. And I've really enjoyed my journey from kind of zero to wealthy and all of the pitfalls and the roller coaster along the way. And I wouldn't want to deprive anyone of the excitement of that journey by giving them a head start financially. And I think, I would want my child to wheel me into a casino on my 90th birthday so I can stick the lot on black and watch their face when it comes in red, basically. When they were having the inheritance tax argument recently about at what level inheritance tax should kick in, I surprised quite a few people by saying that I thought that inheritance tax should be a reset. When you die, your money dies with you. So if you haven't managed to spend it or give it away before you're dead, everything goes. Because I think it is toxic to the next generation. It does need to be pumped back into the general economy and not just tied up in hoarded in offshore jurisdictions and investment funds for generations of people that have never learned how to make money. I think it's actually quite toxic to have inheritance. Having said that, and maybe my daughter's watching this, she's only 1 month old at the moment, so maybe she's watching this later. The one thing I do want is to teach them how to follow, to maybe get a head start on the journey. So, I've had a roller coaster ride of an entrepreneurial journey. I could probably soften some of the dips in that with a really good financial education.
Yeah.
Teaching kids the value of money, teaching kids how to make money, how to invest money. If I had my time again, I have no regrets, but if I had my time again, I would have invested from much younger. I would have started doing deals much younger. There's lots of things I would have changed. Not that it hasn't been great fun anyway.
I think that leads us really nicely as well into the principles of the super wealthy, I've spent a lot of time with family offices, CEOs of family offices, members of the families themselves, and have some personal friends who are that, very, very simply, they're generally incredibly humble people, and that's because they've had the values of the people who've created the wealth very, very, very firmly instilled within them, and in most cases haven't been gifted a great deal. But in most cases, find that aged 14, they're doing multi-million-dollar deals. And that's simply because they're taught the value of money and how to engineer money from a very, very young age. And I think the concept of money management and becoming a high net worth individual in the mind is probably the biggest gift that you can possibly give somebody. And that's really what the principles of these super wealthy people talk about. That's really it. They don't talk about the actual handing over.
It's interesting you mentioned financial engineering there, because actually there's so many things you can do to make really large sums of money without actually having to deliver something or do something. Yeah. Whereas if you ask most people that come from a normal background how they would go about making money, most of them would talk about some kind of business that exchanges time for money. So they would probably look at, opening a shop or starting some kind of services business or doing something that involves them putting in their time and getting rewarded for it. And of course, that's not scalable, and that's not going to help them generate real wealth. And so, yeah, it does become a bit of a trick
Yeah,
as to how you make money.
we would love to hear your thoughts on this. I think it's quite a sensitive topic in a lot of ways.
Polarising topic.
Yeah,
certainly
very
on
much so.
Do you leave kids money or not?
Yeah, and I think people really do have, as you say, very polarised opinions about this. And we'd love to hear yours. So please do leave your comments in the box below. If you are new to our videos, then please do leave your email address with us as well. There's a box somewhere on this page for you to do that. And you'll get content from us pretty frequently, including usually a video roughly every week. And it's usually Jeremy and I, basically me interviewing him about some kind of wealth preservation, growth, or creation strategy, of which Jeremy employs all of very successfully. So thanks very much for watching, and we hope to speak to you very, very soon.
Thank you.